Hello and welcome to Dragonsaur Studios. Well, not the studio, but you get what I mean. And honestly, the studio part of Dragonsaur Studios is my bedroom, so yeah, there's that. Anyway, today we will be handling adding an interstitial ad to our game. But before we can get into the fun stuff, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It truly does mean a lot, especially now that I'm just getting started. I want to see if people actually enjoy the content. So first things first, we need to import Google Play services to our room. You can do that by heading to the options, main, add-ons, and then clicking download on the Google Play services. Now, once that is done, there will be sprites, there will be objects, and there will be a room. We don't need any of that. So we're gonna head into there, and there, and there, and just deleting everything. Now in our room, I'm just going to set it to 1080 by 1920, but whatever resolution you want is okay. I'm just doing this for a portrait mode, Android type thing, whatever. So we need to add a object. It's going to be the control object for our ad, for our ads rather. We need a create event in that. We're going to check if it's a Android. So object operating system Android. You can change this out to whatever you want. If it's an iOS or Android or whatever, I don't know. You can change it to anything you want at least. But we are going for Android in this tutorial. So we need app ID and we need interstitial ID. Now, the ones that I'm pasting in here, in a moment at least, they are test IDs. So Admob provides test IDs so that you don't use real IDs and Google doesn't ban you from clicking your own ads while you're testing, basically. Interstitial ID. So we need that as well. Again, this is a test, and you will see it in the bottom as well because we're going to be enabling test mode. So now we need to initialize Google Mobile Ads. So Google Mobile Ads underscore initialize, underscore initialize, interstitial underscore ID, app underscore ID, and then close that off. Google Mobile Ads load interstitial, close that off, and then interstitial loaded is equal to false. And then we'll be adding the Google Mobile Ads underscore use test ads to be true, and then again another test device. Now this test device, when you run your program, you will see in the output that there is a line, a device ID. Change this out to your device ID. Otherwise this one will also work because it's the test one. So, interstitial. I think we're okay on the wording there. Let's just copy that one so we know. Okay, now let's head into the step event. Over here we will check if interstitial loaded is equal to true. Then we want to set interstitial loaded to be equal to false. And we want to show Google Mobile Ads show interstitial and close that off. Okay, so basically everything now is okay. However, we don't have any way to check if the status on the ad is ready, if it's ready to be shown. So we need to do that as well. You can do that in the control object, but for the simplicity of this tutorial, I'm going to add a retry button. So the retry button is basically just going to mimic like, okay, so your player has died, he has to respawn. You want him to watch an ad before he respawns, right? Before something happens. So over here we're just going to add, for simplicity we're using the interface here, but you can use step events, checking mouse X, mouse Y, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. So what we need to do is check if Google Mobile Ads interstitial status is equal to ready. So if Google interstitial ads is ready, then we want to check if object control add dot interstitial loaded is not equal to true. Then we want to set it to true. Control add dot interstitial loaded to be equal to true, right? Now, here's where I come in with my my little retry button, right? So everything now is okay. If you click it and it's not ready, it's okay. I want it to be like, if interstitial ads is not ready, then they will go to a room. They will respawn either way. So I'm just adding an else statement here, where it's room go to room nil. So add our control unit, add our retry button. Probably have to go into Androids over here as well and set minimum SDK to 14. I think it's 16, but it might be 14, so let's just put it to 14 to be safe. Adding architecture so that it supports my emulator, and now I'm clicking apply. That's pretty much it. What I'm gonna do now, oh, actually, before I forget, if you try to run it now, it's gonna fail, assuming you're not setting this to Android, because if you remember in control, we are checking if it's an Android system. So set it to Android, run the emulator, and check out the ad. I'm gonna do that now. I'll see you in a minute. So it's going to start up, but it's going to crash instantly. Don't worry, that's normal. Okay, so we are here. Clicking our project. We are clicking it, and we got a test ad. And that's pretty much it, really. If you feel like this tutorial has been helpful, please subscribe and hit that like button. Also, is there anything else you want me to cover next? Let me know in the comment section. This has been Dragonsaur Studios, aka Tommy, aka the Wizard, if you will. Have a good day.